I'm in Fairbanks at the Department of Fish and Game's Necropsy Laboratory. My first encounter with a wild wolf, and it's bagged and long dead. This wolf was shot by a hunter, but the hide couldn't be sold. Instead, it was brought here for a necropsy, an animal autopsy. I'm here to talk to Dr. Kimberly Beckman, the very same wildlife vet who examined the Chignik Lake wolves. She's unable to discuss anything held within the unreleased report.
The wolves that were shot in Chignik, how many came up to you?
I can't discuss that number, but all the wolves were tested for rabies and distemper, and they were all negative.
That rules out one of the main causes of wolf attacks on humans. Rabies and distemper both affect the brain, making them unnaturally aggressive. If the wolves weren't rabid, then what was the reason for the attack?
The first two wolves that were sent to me were in very, very poor body condition, and the female was the most emaciated wolf I've ever necropsied out of about 120 or 130 wolves that I've worked on.
Okay.
So she was very, very thin.
Okay. Wolves that are caught at that time of year, is that just coming to the end of winter, it's a lean time for them, they're hungrier than...
Typically, young wolves like those, 10 months and 22 months, are usually in really good condition if they're with their pack, because the pack is able to kill enough prey and that they can feed a lot. So typically, that time of year, a pup is very fat.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were not means they weren't with they're not with their pack anymore.
So did you examine
Beckman couldn't find any evidence from the wolf's stomach contents, as a wolf clears its stomach about every 6 hours.
Because such a long time elapsed after the attack, how can you ascertain whether those were the wolves that were involved?
From the DNA, the DNA doesn't change. So if they were able to find DNA at the scene, then we would know.
Okay.
Can you hold the leg up there for a second?
So in the case of the Chignik attack, was there any wolf DNA that was able to be taken?
I took the samples. I don't know what all they had at the scene.
So I suppose when...
I know that they took some samples, but I don't know exactly. Okay, so we're going to roll it back over and then...
Until the report is published, we won't know for sure if the wolves that were shot were the wolves that killed Candace. What we do know is that the wolves' unusual behaviour can't be explained by a disease like rabies or distemper. What's more, it was unusual for the wolves to have been so thin.